Back to work Monday. I don't even want to go out there. It's downright depressing. Steve, you're dressed for this weather. Come on, you can come out. T-Rex, you might need a jacket. I know. Let's go. Come on. You come on. You come on, T-Rex. Come on, Steve. We gotta do this. It's back to work Monday. Man, have you seen Steve? He seems to be MIA. You wanna come? There you are. I'm sorry. Would you have to use the restroom or something? I understand. Almost there, Rex. Seriously, this is a work day. We have to do it. We have to go outside. Are you ready, T-Rex? Show some enthusiasm. I thought you'd be ready. 3. Yes, thank you. Steve, you're a Maine Coon cat. You're built for this weather. You get your furry tail right out here right now. Good job. I, for one, have put on my fall shirt for the first time since spring. 61 degrees, yeah, but what about the wind chill factor? Yesterday it was 92 and the heat index was about 96. Today the wind chill factor is about 56. And I've got my noise canceling mic on, but I'm not sure if it's canceling the wind noise. Hopefully it is. That flagpole got a stress test when the front came through here with a thunderstorm. Once again, we were hit by a storm that did not even exist a hour prior to its arrival. Tucker Antico also amazed watching it come in, working at Channel 25. Tucker, known him since he was about 9. Yeah, quite the spectacle. And where's the front now? It's not that far away, is it? Still here. I think we can zoom past the cloud. There is sunshine there. That would be probably Cape Ann. So the sun is out at Cape Ann. Here's the satellite image. You can see that the front kind of stalled right along the south coast of New England. And it's not even a cloud in the sky in the state of Maine. And it's a lot less windy in New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine this morning. Here's the regional roundup. The black number temperature 37 degrees in Whitefield, New Hampshire, and Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, with no wind. And then in southern New England, the temperature is still in the low 60s, but the wind, the red number, is gusting 25 miles an hour from the north. Look at this. We've got breakers coming up against the wall. What would we do if a hurricane was going to come? We would weather it fine here, I think, because we're not really exposed directly to the ocean. But the big dig goes on today, working in every kind of weather. Remember last winter how cold and windy and wet it was? This weather here in southern New England is going to improve dramatically as the day goes on. The surface analysis this morning shows a 1028 heavy-duty, high-pressure system in southeastern Canada. That's where our air is coming from today. Yesterday it was from Florida. Today it's from Canada. And what's going to happen on the backside of this cool high-pressure system? Steve, what's up with this bird feeder just swaying in the wind? I'm glad I've been working on securing my tomatoes. That was a lot of work yesterday. More on that in a few minutes. Right, so this cloud is going to gradually shift off to the south and actually southwest a little bit. You can see the boats are pointed into the northeast. So fun on water yesterday, looking at all the boats. And today it feels like, this is that feeling you get around Labor Day, isn't it? Where you say, oh my goodness, summer is over. Well, summer is not over. It's going to warm up again on the backside of this high. And Erin staying the course. You want to do Erin first. Hurricane Erin ramped back up a little bit to a Category 4 yesterday. Still a fairly compact storm with hurricane force winds extending about 30 miles from the center on either direction. So it's about a 60 or 70 mile diameter hurricane force. And then the wind field is going to expand, but the hurricane force wind is expected to stay off the Bahamas and off the Carolinas and off of New England and off of Canada, and who knows what's going to happen when it gets to the other side of the Atlantic. We'll talk about that. There's another system out there. It's coming off of Africa. It's looking like it's in a huge Saharan air layer there, as I got this image with the high sun off of Africa this morning. It's a broad area of low pressure with no, it's a trough. It's not, doesn't have any closed isobars, otherwise it would be a tropical depression, but it's just a trough which looks like it's going to intensify perhaps into a tropical storm and maybe a hurricane as it follows a similar path to Erin. So we've had several storms cross the North Atlantic Ocean. Look at this cloud mass now from the North Atlantic Ocean. Stretches all the way from eastern Canada to northwestern Europe. An incredible cloud mass. One I don't recall seeing one like this, but Dexter, home brewed, and the storm that looked kind of like Dexter behind it, all following that same path from between Nantucket and Bermuda over towards Europe. And it looks like Erin's going to do that same thing. And also, if Fernand forms, the F storm, also going to follow that same path. So it's been an amazing path of storms, some of them tropical, some non-tropical, and all following that classic the trade winds and the westerlies. This is the trade routes that the ships used to use. They discovered hundreds of years ago these trade routes, and they follow the mean flow of the wind. Look at this, all in knickers in a twist. Wind, what is wind? T-Rex wants to go upstairs. Okay, T-Rex, you can go upstairs. And Mommy's making breakfast. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. And Steve, I'll get some food for the bird feeders so you can stare at them. So use the Manchester, New Hampshire meteogram going forward. It's looking like the midweek front is going to kind of behave itself. I don't really trust it yet, but shows the temperature today only near 80 degrees. That's away from this ocean wind, and Boston be in the low 70s today with the sun coming out. The sun should be out for the most part, although still suspect of this Tuesday night, Wednesday into Thursday as the warmer air comes back at us, whether there'll be some rain with that. It shows comfortable weather with temperatures 70s and 80s, so it doesn't look like we're going to get a storm, but we'll probably have showers and maybe downpours coming into Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday, we warm it back up to 85 to 90. So there's summertime coming back for next weekend, yay, but also a front that's going to bring in showers and thunderstorms probably about Sunday into Monday as we watch the F storm approach from the south. Oh yeah, speaking of rain showers, how'd we do last night? Here's the Cocoa Raz. Remember the NAM 6C had 6 inches of rain for Sturbridge, Massachusetts? So how'd that work out? Oh, abysmal. Why did I even show it? It's because what we do. And Sturbridge, Massachusetts got 0.02 inches of rain. That's why we call it a lottery, because there's always these blobs where it rains and where it doesn't rain, and that's how the forecasts work out, and the weather remains unpredictable. It looks like almost 1.3 in Attleboro, so no flash flooding in New England. And there were some severe storms. Here's some rainfall amounts. New Hampshire into southern Maine, a few spots a ½ inch to an inch. So there were some downpours, but certainly that NAM was overdone. So that means TK was overdone, and I apologize for that. And I'll try and do a better job on that. And damage reports, few and far between in New England. A couple of trees down Old Town, Maine. Maybe 1 or 2 trees down. A marine gust near Portland, 40 miles an hour. I had that too. And the flash flooding did happen in New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania, so there was some flash flooding. And let's check our rain gauge here. It's hard to read, so I'm going to take it out. Look at Steve in the background. 0.49. All right, that is amazing. No, call it a even ½ inch, which is amazing because I was out here in the garden working hours in the tomatoes, even though you can't really tell. I'll talk more about that maybe tomorrow and more. I thought we were all done at sunset, no raindrops. I watched a rain shower go by over in Hull, and I thought we were done. And I just couldn't believe how hard it blew and rained at, I don't know, just after dark last night. In the end more, I'll explain that in a few more minutes. So the rainfall lottery, I would say that was a pretty good prize at a ½ inch of rain. That was right after I watered my entire garden. Hey, what's this thermometer say? This thermometer says 47. Something wrong with you? It is not 47. Trust me, it's not 47. What's going on? Okay, well, I think I need a new one of those. There's no way it's 47 here. Water temperatures upper 60s. Our air temperatures in the upper 60s. Yeah, that's the truth. And yeah, so what now? The euro. Let's just go to it. The next 10 days. Not an easy forecast. Do I ever sit here and say it is an easy forecast? Steve, do you mind if I sit on your chair and put my feet on your rock while we talk about this weather? That 1028 strong high pressure system is going to come right over us tonight. There'll be some more radiational cooling, record challenging low temperatures again tomorrow morning for our northern and eastern New England tomorrow, 30s and 40s. And then the backside of the high comes a warm front, and It doesn't show much, does it? On Tuesday, there's low pressure going up into Canada. We got the hurricane coming at us from the south. You got to watch Canada. You got to watch Africa. You got to watch the hurricane track going east to North Carolina. The front is over New England. And we have some showers and thunderstorms around, just scattered, it looks like, with an onshore flow. And now the hurricane is starting to turn east of North Carolina, still sub 950 millibar storm. So it's still a major hurricane passing safely, at least the core of the destructive wind, between Nantucket and Bermuda. And we stop it now at 8 a.m. on Friday. Remember when the forecast first came out? It was Friday, August 22nd, that the Euro said there would be a hurricane in New England in 14 days. That's not bad for a global model, and it's also slowed down, and the track has been further west than expected so far and slower than expected. I'm not nervous, but I think that's very interesting. And at that point, we have low pressure to our north, and we have warm air trying to come in from the west and southwest, but at the surface, the flow around Erin causes the wind to come in from the east and northeast, so it'll be interesting to see if we get a rain band to magically develop with that. I remember when Ophelia was coming at us in 2005, and we got this magical rain band with 2 to 4 inches of rain. Before Ophelia, there was a hurricane warning, meaning it was supposed to hit, and Ophelia completely missed, and all we did was talk about Ophelia. Meanwhile, New Bedford was flooding with 4 inches of rain. Time out for Maine Coon cat eating cat mint, and you can see it's like his coffee. He's looking up at the birds while he's eating. All right. Hey, Leif, good morning. It's nice to see you set sail yesterday. He's got his winter stuff on, too. And this too shall pass. This is just a shot over the bow for autumn. It's not really autumn. Josh Worth this morning in Montgomery, Vermont says, it's almost in the 30s. Yeah, it was almost in the 50s, too. No, it wasn't. It was 40 degrees. Thank you, Josh. Where's your outdoor dial thermometer? I want to see that one. I like that one better. So, yeah, it was chilly. Top of Mount Washington, by the way, was 37 degrees, and wind was 28 miles an hour. So it's practically more windy here than it is on Mount Washington. All right, so we stopped that map on Friday, the 22nd, and we're going to take it out through Wednesday, the 27th. Is that right? So here's the weekend, and the Erin takes off, and we have wind starting to come around from the west-southwest, but there's a big trough in the atmosphere in Canada, and it's going to have we're going to be on the east side of the trough, so it's going to get warm to hot and humid here Saturday into Sunday with the showers and the thunderstorms, and then another Sunday front. We've had a series of Sunday fronts. We've had a great stretch of Saturdays, but Sundays have been dubious, and then Monday, better chance for showers and thunderstorms as another cold high-pressure system from Canada is going to push in here in 10 days. This now stops on Wednesday. I think that's the 27th or 28th, somewhere in there, at 2 p.m., and you have a tropical cyclone going post-tropical. It would probably be Fernan there, well south of Nantucket, following the same track as all the other storms, off well to the east of us. And we're in cold air advection, again, a lot like today, but the thickness is even lower, 552 thickness. And that would indicate temperatures maybe in the low 70s with an offshore flow here about that time. So we're getting a little bit of a warm wave coming at us. Well, that's at the end of that. That looks pretty nice at that last output there. So we're getting the waves, right? We just had a pretty hot wave. Oh, yeah, I said I was going to add up how hot it was over the last 8 days. I think it was one of the hottest stretches of 2025. Now, today we're in one of the coolest days we've had since the solstice. That's 9 times zoom. That's the best I can do. All right, so yeah, I worked in the tomato garden. Talk more about that. And I thought I was done. The Enmore yesterday, just kind of monitoring the sky, kind of waiting on the cumulus to build, and they didn't really build. And I thought we were going to get skunked in the rainfall department. And then I'm going to do it a little out of order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the feeling and the reaction I had when my car out front, I thought we were done with the rain. I didn't close the windows yet. And I had to do that. It was kind of, the weatherman walk of shame, closing windows after the rain comes in, and Janet pulling in, just looking at me thinking I'm nuts. Yeah, because I kind of am. So that part may show up before the sunset, and so it's going to be a little out of order here, as Mother Nature is always in charge, but I get to do the editing, so I'm going to put it a little out of order. But here is the Enmore as I saw it from yesterday. with sunset beauty at the end, which is before the rain came in. All right. And more. Oh, wait, we've got breaking news. Mitt just showed up. Hey, Mitt, come on out. Don't be shy. It's only a little bit of wind. Mitt's going back in. Why do they call it a Maine Coon? They walk like raccoons. Mitt, what are you hiding from? All right. We just need to say hello. And more from yesterday. And more from our Sunday beauty. No sign of convection locally, so we've got subsidence right now. I'm sure they're bubbling up north, and all those early clouds decayed. It's an interesting vessel. I don't know if we're familiar. There's a lot of living space in there, and it looks like a crane and a winch for your spare boat. Nice. That's gorgeous. Visiting Wessagusset? Have we met? Can I get your phone number, please? Whoa, you see that bird just practically run us over? Yeah, so I'm not sure what we're doing, but we're not going too far. Weather's gonna chase us this afternoon. That looks doable right there. I think we can handle that. Beach doesn't look too crowded. Bird. Just missed my head by a foot. 1 o'clock update. Still no sign of convection, but we got a treat. Yggdrasil under sail. Love it. Where are you going? Little day sail? See you out there. Thinking about taking a paddle around Raccoon Island. Although at low tide, it's not really an island because it connects right there. Those are not in a hurry going, T-Rex. It's 2:30 and we've barely done anything except for edit and have some brunch. Watch the radar. The thunderstorms are kind of bubbling up well ahead of the front from New York to southern New England. The front itself is still pretty far north, so we're gonna watch this time lapse here now. Quick one, just maybe 20 minutes, because there's all kinds of shells and rocks and like
What kind of wildlife are they, you think?
raccoons.
Rats, rabbits?
Skunks.
You ever see the deer out there?
I don't know, a deer could make it, but well, it would be tough. The deer would be better off swimming, because if you tried to walk from Howe's Neck, the mud is so deep. 40-minute time lapse, just past 3 o'clock. It was kind of boring, wasn't it? Yeah, Steve, I know. And they haven't really fired up yet. Still waiting. Still blue sky. Over the ocean. Clouds building inland. We'll probably get more boat action than sky action on that one. Pretty undramatic, except for that humanoid eclipse. Say hello to Steve. All right, next, I'm gonna let the camera cool off, go inside. I'm gonna let the camera cool off inside, not the TK. Steve is under there, looking a little hot. Steve, was it too hot for you? You wanna come in? No, I'm good under here. All right, we'll be back. Wrong door, wrong time. I don't know what that's all about. Go ahead, made it this far. Just after 4. And so far in southern New England, just a couple of pop-ups with nothing really holding together. New York, Pennsylvania has the goods, and in New England, a pretty good line there on the south coast of Maine, well, mid-coast. Got some marine warnings and a severe thunderstorm warning in effect near Bar Harbor. No, I can't see that far. But I don't think, we always look to the west with my time lapse, because usually that's where the weather comes from. But I've got another cam, the webcam for that. So why don't we do another time lapse, but this time looking toward the east. And so I'd watch for the clouds to thicken up to the left a little bit. And even though so far they're thickened up to the right, but we can't see that way. But there's a chance with that wind shift coming down the coast that we might see them flare up right over Boston like we did a few days ago. Plenty of bubble and bubble, but no toil and trouble, because the forcing just isn't here yet. The wind shift is still up around Lake Winnipesaukee. Quite a front though. Temperature at 5 o'clock was 58 degrees at Saranac Lake, New York, and 92 in Boston, Massachusetts. Heat, got the humidity, got some upper level wind, just need that surface forcing. Take a break. and the view north and west at 5 o'clock. And of T-Rex. Yeah, not in a hurry. Taking our time. Oh yeah, man on ladder with big axe and long stakes. Yeah. iPhone needs to cool down. I don't know if I got all that packed just now, but editor's note, 5 o'clock, radar, some heavy weather on the coast of Maine, and then not much else until you get back down to Pennsylvania. But this is how it was on Thursday, and all of a sudden we had a storm brew right into Boston at 6 to 7. So we've got an hour for that to erupt. 5:47, the camera cooled off, and I planted hopefully the last 2 big stakes I have to plant. That means pounding them in while standing on a ladder I broke my sledgehammer, so now I'm up to this axe. And when you're working in your garden this time of year, you clean stuff out, you can find surprises. Surprise! Get some good tomatoes there. And much like last Thursday, a downpour developing very close to Boston, but this one's not coming in from the north. It's just kind of developing and sliding in from the west. So it's a different beast, but it's looking pretty good. It's getting stronger. The real action, though, at this time is off to our southwest, so I'm not going to make a time lapse of this. We'll let the web camera that's mounted on the house make the time lapse of this, the evening time lapse. Unless something else occurs, maybe I can get away without putting my camera back on a tripod. And here comes the tanker. So the tanker coming in very quickly on the same time lapse, around 5:40. You have to look quick, the evening time lapse. And that web camera would be right there. One of them. Just about 6 p.m. on our not in a hurry Sunday, out in the backyard, taking in the attractions, working in the garden, appreciating the maritime traffic, appreciating that cell that just erupted right over Boston. Not quite like last Thursday, but the night is young, the evening is young, and there are more showers and thunderstorms. That stuff that happened on Thursday happened really quickly. It's happening again today. Find out tomorrow. And out the door, weather and more. Suddenly cannot see the financial district or the back bay of Boston. So it looks like it's a pretty good shower in Boston that didn't even exist a few minutes ago. I just watched this whole thing form. Nice front. More to come, no doubt. Looked pretty impressive when it went right over Boston a few minutes ago, but it is almost non-existent compared to the other action. Look at that, over Boston, it's tiny. Brian in Mansfield says he's getting a good downpour. 2 seconds later, that shower is expanding, getting a little more intense. It's like it's kind of pouring over there at the Hull Gut. Any ground truth to that? Is it pouring rain at the north end of Nantasket Beach and not raining at the south end? That's how it looks. TK, get back in the garden. Get that ladder out of there. Roger that.
We're sitting here and there is no rain yet, although Connie says that it's supposed to rain. See that cloud up there? So let's see. There's her building in the background. And here's the water. And there's the sky and the cloud above us.
Okay, it's now starting to rain.
Oh, where?
It just dropped.
And it's gone. Connie and Janet were at the south end of Nantasket Beach and did not get rained on, but could see it like a couple hundred yards away. If that, maybe missed the shower by about 10 feet. Nothing more upstream right now. Temperature in the low, mid 80s, still very humid. I don't know, looks like the heaviest maybe missing us to the south. I think I said that a week ago too, but all right. I'm getting that ladder out of here. Start tying up, untangling and tying up more tomatoes. Birds keep photobombing me, which I love. 8:50 p.m. I was just taking a nice peaceful outdoor shower with the temperature near 80, and all of a sudden the wind picked up and the temperature just went down about, I don't know, 5 degrees in the last 1 minute. So I don't have any rain right now, but Looks like there might be some right there. I don't know whether this is an outflow boundary or a faux pas. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm not wearing anything right now. 8:50 p.m. here on the Gulf of Weymouth. Everything was quiet a second ago. I don't know. Is this Erin? Did Erin all of a sudden come to New England? Alright, no problem. I think I can turn the air conditioner off. We just went from like 80 to 68. 12 minutes. More and more and more. 9 p.m. This is pretty hard to believe. Second time since Thursday that something like this has happened where it just erupts over Boston and Weymouth. We just had a sudden pickup in the wind, blew everything around. I don't see any raindrops yet, but I think that's going to change in a moment. Never done. It's never over. It's not over, but we say it's over. Guess who forgot to close his windows in his car? Oh. Yeah, ragdoll. Want me to open the window? Somebody's home. Gully washer out of the blue again. Oh my goodness. Do I want to go up there and get soaked and watch the water not go into the house? Kind of do. 7:07, calling it a wrap on this not in a hurry Sunday. Steve enjoys watching me do all the work. T-Rex enjoys air conditioning indoors, which has been since turned off. And I enjoy getting the opportunity to close out with something interesting like the tugboat Justice going by as we watch the Weymouth time-lapse of the entire day now. We missed the rainfall jackpot, at least as of sunset. ZLX on in the background, can you hear it? I doubt it. No more downpours looking like they're coming at us right now. There's my tripod. And Cape Cod. Steve readjusts for the best view. Best view of Fallon's Pond, Bass River Beauty. Probably some nice clouds on the horizon. 7th nice weekend in a row. There've been a couple Sunday bumps on the road, but it's been quite nice on weekends. All right, is that good? You have anything else to say? Yeah, nice sunset. Get back in the garden. Finish tying up those tomatoes. What a project. It's never over until it's over. The sun just came through again. Magic. Everyday magic. Steve has found something to try and catch. Probably a baby bunny. Nope. We're not going to let that happen. He's probably already got it. Sunset's a good time for chasing bunny rabbits. I'm gonna be so happy. I know. There are bunny rabbits in there. There's also moles and other things, but we're just gonna enjoy the sunset without any carnage. Okay?